Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So from today we would be starting a new series that is a playlist on a Spring. So on Spring we'll be covering a multiple topics, but first session we are going through the Spring overview that we need to understand that what exactly Spring is. So we'll be covering that what and why Spring. So on what part the Spring is a kind of a Java based framework. It was started into the 2003 after a G2EE. It is just the advanced version of G2EE, which is kind of was open source and developed by multiple developers. They got contributed into that, and they have created a framework which is kind of easy to integrate. So Spring is nowadays very easy to integrate with your applications and easy to start. Second point is everywhere. So right now the most of the Java based applications are moved to the Spring by using a multiple Spring kind of project like whether the Spring Race, Spring Web, Spring Data. The next one is a fast. So development onto the Spring is basically very fast as it is removing the lot of boilerplate code, and whatever the ecosystem you would need to start a project, it is already providing it with a number of predefined libraries and number of predefined annotation. Then secure. So Spring is kind of having the separate project on security that is includes OAuth and other kind of stuff. Then productive. With Spring, you can increase your productivity because it has provided a lot many projects which you can easily integrate and start with. Then supportive. So Spring is having kind of a big community where you can easily get a support on the different kind of developments or problems. So that's why the Spring is got very famous in the market, and most of the people nowadays are using the Spring. Even somebody talks about the microservices, it is kind of like nowadays synonym is a Spring Boot or Spring Rates is called as nothing but a microservices. This is how that much it is popular. Then what Spring offers? Nowadays, Spring offers multiple services like microservices is a very hot topic in market. So you can easily build a microservices. Then Spring Cloud. In Spring Cloud, it is providing the kind of ecosystem of the microservices, which includes the Eureka, then other services, which is a kind of API management called kind of a stuff. So it is very easy to integrate with the other Spring application. So Spring Cloud is having a lot of sub projects that we'll see into the detail. Then reactive. So for developing the low latency and high throughput application, so Spring has introduced a new project that is called a reactive. It is very useful for the high speed application. Then serverless stuff. So Spring also provides the framework where you can just write functions which can be either event driven, or you can just scale up and scale down using this functions, and you can develop your business flow. Then web apps. So Spring provides the web apps capability with the Spring REST or Spring MVC architecture with Spring Data. Includes the Spring JDBC or other Spring libraries like MongoDB. All this stuff can be easily integrated with the web apps. Then event driven. Spring has also provided the event driven frameworks like you can use a Kafka or others, where you can write an application which can be totally event driven, and based on to the events the application will run. Then Spring Batch. So for the process which are continuously running on day-to-day basis, it is kind of automation of the most of the manual stuff which are needs to be run at a particular time or batches. So for that, Spring has introduced a very good framework that is Spring Batch. So that is we will also cover in upcoming sessions. Then we'll move to the Spring ecosystem, the projects I have mentioned in short. So Spring has a lot many projects. We have just looking at some of the projects which are very popular. One is Spring Framework, which was a core part of the Spring. That is kind of a inversion of control, dependency injection, then a lot of application context, bean. All this comes under the Spring Framework. Then Spring Boot. So Spring Boot is kind of the easy starter application provided by Spring, which doesn't need any application server. So Apache Tomcat or Jetty is inbuilt. Spring Data provides a support to communicate with mini RDBMS or NoSQL database. Then Spring Cloud, as we discussed, it has capability to build the cloud-ready applications with the Cloud Foundry or Eureka or other API related stuff like Zool and all this stuff. Then Spring Security, that is another project which is useful for integrating OAuth and other stuff like vaults. Other stuff is also provided with the Spring Security. Then Spring Security also has a filters or other stuff that we'll see in a detail. Then Spring Session. So Spring Session basically provides capability to manage the user session. That is again one more project to the Spring ecosystem. Then Spring Batch. If you want to execute anything in a batching or want to automate any manual process that has to be executed at certain time and run in a batches, Spring Batch would be a right solution for that. Spring Mobile and Spring for Android both are covers most of the boilerplate code which is needed for Android or mobile development. So REST template can be also extended to the Spring for Android project. Then Spring LDAP. LDAP is mostly getting used into the main organization for authentication and maintaining the AD groups. So Spring also provides the capability to integrate with the LDAP. The Spring State Machine. So most of the application in industry are driven by the state. So uh, application starts from one state, do the processing and put it into the another state. So from the states is getting changed, and on based on the state, the machine means the code will be run. So it is kind of driven code which a Spring State Machine provides. The Spring Vault. So Spring Vault is defined to cover the lot many industry requirements on maintaining the passwords. So Vault is kind of repository where the username and passwords are stored efficiently and they can be managed across your infrastructure or platform. Then Spring Webflow. Spring Webflow is kind of flow which is getting used for the web applications or the web services. Then Spring Web Services. Spring Web Services is kind of the REST controller or the REST templates would come under the Spring Web Services. So this is complete ecosystem of the Spring, but we'll going to see all of them in a detail in upcoming sessions. So for getting more knowledge on Spring or going through the each of this ecosystem project, kindly subscribe to my channel for getting more updates and more videos on a Spring. So thank you so much for listening my session. So we'll meet again into the upcoming sessions. Thank you so much.